BG Trading. Hope you are well. Today is October 7th, 2021. I'll be analyzing NEXTDC, which the SX code is NXT. I'm just going to start this video a little bit differently today. It's very easy for me to come here and record a video about a company that has grown up 30, 50, 100% in the last 6-12 months. However, by the time you watch the video, you probably already missed the boat. And because we're investors as well, my team and I, we don't want to waste either your time or our time analyzing stocks that could potentially go down or keep moving sideways. And that's why we came up with this. It is a company that there's not just the company, but the whole sector. We're going to exploit all these stocks as well within the next few days. Company in the sector that is currently not very into the radar of investors, and there could be a massive miss. And I believe there's a huge upside potential for those companies, just NEXTDC. Just because more and more there is a need for data center infrastructure, and that's exactly what NEXTDC does. It's a company that stores information from massive businesses, government, secure this information in the so-called hardware and actually physical centers. We're going to exploit this right now. Hope you guys enjoy. But before that, I just want to remind you this is not a financial advice, it's just us from BG Trading sharing with you how we apply our strategies to know when to buy and when to sell stocks, how we stop losses, targets, void FOMO, and much more on this channel. So if you like, please subscribe now, share this video with someone, also hit the like button. That will help us to keep growing our community. Also, I'd like to invite you, obviously, to become member of our Facebook community, Buy, Grow, Sell Strategy for Share Traders. I'm going to be putting the analysis link in this community. So make sure, if you want to access this very same analysis that I'm be going through now, make sure you become a member of that. Now, NEXTDC is Australia's leading developer and operator of a data center infrastructure centers. It has physical buildings all across Australia. The main focus on co-locations and interconnection between enterprise and government customers, global cloud and information and communication technology, or what they call ITC. If you don't know what ITC means, is the Internet of Things, refer to billions of physical devices, people like ourselves, around the world, that are now connected to the internet, all collect and sharing data. That's what those guys do. They make the information available, storage, and secure in those physical buildings. Now, the company has a diversified revenue model, which is very interesting. Obviously, they diversify in different type of enterprise, like segments of the market. So they talk about cloud, system integration, connectivity, enterprise, government, financial service, digital media. Okay, and the revenue is separated in different regions. As you can see here, 47% in New South Wales and ATC, which majority of the business. Now 35% in Victoria. Then you have 10% and 8% respectively in Queensland and WA. Revenue was up by 23%. Underlying EBITDA up by 29% FY21 compared to FY20. But the interesting fact is they actually upgraded its earning. As you can see here, the company forecast, they've been put and back here, let's say it's forecasted, or FY22 guidance up to, from what it is now, up 16 to 20% on FY21. So it means it's going to increase the revenue, and also the underlying EBITDA will be increased by 19 to 23. What happened is, if by the next financial report the result is greater than the guidance, then obviously the stock is going to go up pretty hard. But if it's inferior, they're going to go down pretty hard. But one of the reasons we actually analyzing this stock is because the macroeconomics. We believe there is a massive, obviously researching, there is a massive need for this type of infrastructure, huge emerging market as more and more companies and users are using cloud-based services to storage their information, their data. One very interesting fact is, and then I was actually striving about the information, is that since the company, according to the company, data centers like this will consume as much as 1/5 of the world energy by 2025. I talk about this is 4 years from now. ICT represents the fastest growing volume of carbon dioxide emissions. Now, obviously, we're going to carbon emissions net zero within the next few decades. And this type of companies, it's very important to understand that this company has already footprint into zero waste. And that's something that we really got to start paying attention from now on in the businesses that we buy. Yeah. Getting away a little bit from fossil fuel, from carbon dioxide generation, and looking into companies that are energy efficient. They have sort of a carbon neutral operation services like this one. They have renewable energy like NEXTDC, and obviously this particular company has all combined to minimize water and waste, which is remarkable achievement for this type of business, because all you need to do is just build the data centers and whatever energy, as long as customer pay. This company is actually focusing to go further than that, but also focus on the environment and obviously reduce as much as they can the carbon emissions. Now, giving back to the community with 3 major projects. Now, we don't see much on Australian companies. Look, if you go to US, talk about business with someone in America, one of the first few questions they say, what's your cause? Why? What's your business cause about? Who are you helping with the business? So here in Australia, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Please put in the comments what are your thoughts about if you don't agree. But here in Australia, most of the people just want the businesses. But giving back to community is extremely important. So this is 3 projects. I'm not going to go through this, but 3 projects of Next Energy are actually looking at the moment. So here are some of the companies that uses the service. Obviously, Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud. So and obviously government as well, but very strong business partnership out there for this company. Now, definitely very macroeconomics, great, like the forecast for the earnings also positive. And obviously, I think there will be a massive demand for this type of infrastructure. Remember, the sector tends to move together. So major players in the same sector tends to move together. Now let's take a look on a technical analysis for NEXTDC. So if you have your money invested in this stock over the last 12 months, you would be losing 5% at the moment, just so you know. Okay, this is why you gotta be in the company at the right time. Okay, and then if you have bought the stock back in 2019 and hold until 2020, then that's when you would have made your 100%. All right. By the time, if I had done this analysis a year ago, I would have wasted your time because you would have made no money. But now I think especially with this chart formation at the current price point, 1170. It's currently trading at 1170. I think there is a massive upside as a growth stock for the next at least 12 to 24 months. And I'm really talking about at least 50% growth here. Okay. But if applying BGS 20 to 30% is very feasible as we speak. As you can see, could target around $14 and still be at the resistance level, make 20% profit out of that. I think the upside is much, much better than the downside, especially because the reasons I spoke before. Obviously, it's currently taking a downside, which is a great entry opportunity. The Heikenach red candles are losing momentum towards to the downside, which is a positive, with volume at the upside, which is also positive. So we have kind of two different confirmations here. What we wanted to have as well is want to have a green candle coming up here. But I still think there could be a very good entry point at the current price. So this is my taking on the technical analysis for NEXTDC. Sorry. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a little bit long, but I'm trying to have a little bit more sensible conversation regarding the stock and the sector. I'll be analyzing another player in the same sector tomorrow, which is Global Data Center. It's not a developer, but it's a more like investor, but also invest in different data center infrastructure, not just in Australia, but around the world. And this company that I'm going to analyze would even be a better pick than NEXTDC. And I will tell you why in the next video. See you in the next video. Have a fantastic afternoon.